is great today. It's really weird putting on my jacket because I was trying to hold my sleeves in place of my hoodie or my sweatshirt to put on my jacket. Well, I say how weird that is. I got a short sleeve Harley t-shirt on. No hoodie, no sweatshirt, just a t-shirt. But I'm so used to having to put on a long sleeve shirt, a sweatshirt, or something like that whenever I go out on the bike, especially with, you know, a mesh jacket on, that I was thinking I was going to have to hold the sleeves in place so they didn't ride up. But anyway, that's not why I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because we're starting to open things up more in Ohio. Restaurants now can serve you on their patio or whatever. I don't believe it's time that they can serve you inside, but everything doesn't have to be takeout. They can serve you on the patio at half capacity. So, like I said, we can do half capacity in the outdoor seating area. Just can't do inside. But inside's coming, and you have to have the 6-foot distance. More retail stores have opened, but the retail stores, the employees have to wear a mask. The customers don't have to, but are recommended to wear a mask. So we got that going on. But the best news we got as a family was that non-contact or low-contact sports are back up and running, or they will be May the 26th. So the girls can go back to practicing softball, and it looks like they're going to play softball tournaments. Whenever you're not out in the field of play, like on defense, you have to wear a mask. They'll have to wear a mask. The spectators will have to wear masks. Coaches, scorekeepers, umpire will have to wear a mask. When the girls are hitting or running the bases, they do not have to wear a mask. But when they are sitting on the bench, either awaiting their turn to hit or when they're not out in the field on defense, they have to wear a mask. Don't know how well that's all going to work out. Not sure, but at least there's the attempt at this point being made to try to open things like that up. Swimming pools, public swimming pools are also going to be allowed to be opened back up. There were a lot of people that were wanting that, and a lot of people that were really concerned, you know, because when you're in a swimming pool, you can be close contact, and what if the virus gets in the water? And my thought was always, come on, people, if it's not a saltwater pool, if it's just a normal swimming pool, they're treated with chlorine and all kinds of chemicals. You know, if it's going to turn a blonde-haired girl's hair green, the chlorine and whatnot, I think it's going to kill whatever the virus is in the water. But anyway, things like that are opening up. I've been out to some stores, like the things that we had to do, like going to the feed store to get grain for the horses and bedding to clean stalls. And I've seen a lot of people not wearing masks. I've heard a lot of people making comments about, you're not going to make me wear a mask. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to try to make anybody wear one either. I wear one when I go out, when I'm not on a bike or driving in a car or something like that. I mean, when I'm out in public in a store or what have you, I've got a mask on. But here's the deal, and I want to make this very, very clear to everybody. Like I said, I'm not going to tell anybody that you need to wear a mask or that you have to wear a mask. But here's the deal. Me wearing a mask out in the store is not to protect me necessarily. Me wearing a mask is to protect you in case I've been exposed and I don't know about it. The mask is really to protect the other people, not necessarily yourself. Okay? That's the only thing that I'm going to say about that. It's something to keep in mind. That mask is to protect the people that you are around from giving it to them. Does it offer some level of protection for yourself? Yes. And here's the deal. If I'm out in public and I'm wearing a mask and you're wearing a mask, as long as we don't touch each other, we ain't getting anything. Because the amount that my mask protects me from you and the amount that your mask protects you from me and my mask protects you from me and your mask protects me from you, we're good to go. We're golden. That's the thing to keep in mind. But again, you can't get off my soapbox. It's exciting. The girls get to practice. The girls get to play in tournaments. Don't know how long it's going to last. Like I said, it's opened up for baseball, softball, tennis, golf, things of that sort. It's not opened up for soccer, football, lacrosse, field hockey, regular hockey. It's not opened up for those things for obvious reasons. Basketball's not opened up either. Again, it's pretty obvious. While you don't think of basketball or soccer really as a contact sport, there is an awful lot of contact and you are in very close proximity. There are occasions in the game of baseball or the game of softball where you're in close proximity, but they're few and far between. It's easier to regulate and keep people safe and so forth. But anyway, that's exciting news. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It does raise a little bit of concerns, and I'll also be honest with you that if there is some kind of spike in the numbers, rest assured, I'm pretty confident that they're going to close everything back up. So everybody, no matter what state you're in, that's probably going to be the case. So be prepared for that. Okay? That if there's a spike, shit's going to close. Trying to see, I think I lost my smoky thing. I'll have to stop up here at the square or something and look for it. But at least for now, there is they'll get a little bit of time to do things. I mean, you know, my daughter and her teammates are really missing being around each other. I mean, you got to figure these girls are together for 2 to 3 days or evenings a week from when tournaments aren't going on, up until from August until May, and from May through August these girls practice once a week, and then they play tournaments Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're all together. You know, they spend as much time with each other as they do their own siblings, to be perfectly honest. And the team that my daughter's on, the girls on the team, all genuinely like each other and get along with each other really well. So it's awesome. And this is something that, you know, you got to figure, these girls are, barring anybody leaving, going to a different team or giving up the sport completely, these girls will pretty much be together until they graduate from high school. Okay, let me see if I did lose my smoky thing. I forgot to zip up my jacket pockets like a dipstick here. Oh, it's not in that pocket. Well, looks like I may have lost it because it's not in the pants pocket. No, well, you live and learn, unless I set it down in a garage, which I don't think I did. Oh well, I might as well check the rear camera, make sure it's still standing. Damn thing keeps falling down. I don't get it. Anyway, I was trying to do a shoot from 3 different camera angles today to see if I can make that work, and it looks like the rear GoPro's not going to cooperate. Maybe we'll get some kind of footage, who knows. But anyway, that's the good news we got going on. Besides the fact that it's obviously warm enough outside for me to wear my mesh Alpine Stars jacket with no hoodie on underneath of it. Just a t-shirt. And it feels really damn good. I'll be perfectly honest with you. You know, it's been a while since I've been able to do this. And I'm really enjoying it. Feeling the breeze, little cool breeze, little warmth, you know. It's to be honest with you, it's something that makes me homesick. I really enjoy it, but it really makes me homesick when I feel this kind of breeze. Because about the only place that I normally feel it is at the beach. You know, where you can feel that it's hot, but at the same time you're getting a cool breeze. And you have these pockets of places where it's really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna take you guys on a little bit of a different route here. No clue where I'm going. I'm hoping I'm gonna come up on 166 is what my plan is, but we'll see. A little bit different scenery. For the most part, road's still pretty much straight. I'm coming up on Clay Street. I can always take that. I'll shut her down before we miss this. Anyhow, I hope everybody's getting their warm weather. I know there have been several people that have been experiencing the same garbage that we have here, with one day it'll be 60 degrees and the next day we'll wake up and it's snowing. We didn't have any snow this week. We did have a ton of rain, and I mean an absolute ton of rain. A lot of places were flooded. Not this immediate area that I live in. We're a little bit higher elevation. Not that there's any place really high elevation wise in the state of Ohio, but we normally don't have the flooding that a lot of the other places do. Don't have any small like streams or creeks near us. We have a bunch of rivers like the Grand River, the Cuyahoga River. Those are big rivers, and we normally don't have any kind of issue with any kind of flooding or whatever associated with those rivers. I will say too that I have gotten extremely used to having these bar end mirrors. I absolutely positively love these mirrors. Anybody interested in doing the same thing, I will tell you, I will give you a thumbs up. Go for it. I like them a lot. Nice house. Anything else new? Can't think of anything else new. see. Before, we ended up with an issue not being able to ship the prize to Dark Visor because of him being in Sweden and having to mail it internationally, and it being a liquid sort of thing. So I held another drawing, and Viper 6 won, and it's on its way to Viper 6 for him to try out the muck-off. As Mrs. Motomattman says, it's muck-off with an M, not an F, but an M. If you saw the drawing video, you'll understand why I made that reference. If you didn't, go check it out, you'll see. Anyway, just a nice ride out here through the country. Checking out everything starting to green up. You see leaves starting to pop up on trees. Flowering fruit trees starting to flower. Dandelion crop is in full swing all over here. And for those of you that live in town that have nice pretty yards and are able to eradicate your dandelion crop, I in a way envy you. It's just really, to be honest with you, an impossibility where I live to do it. One of the biggest reasons why is our closest neighbor, who also lives on about 5 acres, believes that the dandelions are pretty, and he wants to keep them growing. The more the better for him, he says. Now, he moved out here to the country from excuse me, from Cleveland, in a downtown area where they don't measure your lot by acres, they measure your lot by feet. So he's used to a lot that is less than a quarter of an acre or eighth of an acre. He's used to a lot that they measure by how many hundred square feet it is. So having all this green and all the grass and the dandelions and all of that kind of thing is something new to him, and he thinks, like I said, they're pretty. But anyway, so doesn't matter what I do. I could fertilize, I could spray, I could do whatever I want to kill the dandelions, and the dandelion seeds from the dead head dandelions would just blow into my yard and come back anyway. So absolutely no sense in attempting to do anything about it. Gosling farm, that farm used to be in Mrs. Motomattman's family. It used to be the Gosling farm. People still call it the Gosling farm, but a couple of years ago the last Gosling passed, and running the farm, or living on the farm, passed, and the people that inherited the farm opted to auction it off and sell it instead of keeping it. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that nobody could agree on who would end up with the farm. So anyway, it's a good size, it's a decent sized farm for out here. As you can tell, there's a lot of farming out here. And it'll be nice once everything starts to come up to drive you through some of these areas. You'll be able to, or ride you through some of these areas. You'll be able to see the corn and everything we've got going on here. The corn, mainly corn and beans and hay, are really the main crops in our area. as opposed to Virginia and North Carolina, where I grew, in Maryland, where I grew up for the most part, where you had all of those things and along with soybeans, but the main crop was the golden leaf. And golden leaf is tobacco, if you didn't know that. But anyway, again, like I said, everything's starting to open up here. Hope it is where you are. Hope the weather is starting to cooperate. Hope you're able to get out on two wheels. Also, hope you liked what you saw. If you did, click that like and the subscribe button and punch that bell. And as always, if you get out on tube, make sure you keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and have an awesome day. I'm gonna head back to the house and see if I can't figure out a way to make this rear camera cooperate for me. And give Mrs. Motomattman the opportunity to get out on her bike today. Because one of the things is with the way the things are right now, we are still limited to taking rides solo, because we're not bringing in a babysitter to babysit the girls while we take a ride. And to be honest with you, at 11 and 6 years old, I don't trust him at home alone. So anyway, hope everybody has a great day, and thank you for watching.